Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the PopSockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to Drivo, where we bring you the latest news and analysis from around the world. Today, we're focusing on a story that's been making headlines lately. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian vowing to uphold the country's nuclear treaty and Gulf unity against Israel. Iran has been at odds with Israel over recent attacks on its nuclear facilities, which drew in the U.S. and led to a brief but bloody conflict known as the 12-Day War. But despite these tensions, Iranian President Pezeshkian is adamant that his government will remain party to the treaty on the non-proliferation of nuclear weapons. He made this statement during a gathering at the United Nations General Assembly, where he was asked about guarantees from China and Russia. Now, it's worth noting that the U.S. has been pushing for Iran to abandon its nuclear ambitions, citing concerns over terrorism and proliferation. But President Pezeshkian is having none of it. When asked if guarantees from Beijing or Moscow would influence Tehran's calculus on whether or not to remain in the NPT, he said, "Quite frankly, all I can say is we are not going to leave the NPT, whether they help us or don't help us." This stance has been backed up by Iranian lawmakers and officials who argue that Iran is not in need of foreign support despite the looming intensification of economic restrictions. And it's clear that the U.S. is facing a backlash from its allies in the region. Just 3 months ago, Israel targeted a U.S. base in Qatar, leading to an outpouring of outrage from the Arab world. But President Pezeshkian believes that this perception will only serve to build bridges between Israel's critics and beyond. He pointed to recent defensive agreements signed by Saudi Arabia with nuclear-armed Pakistan, saying defensive agreements are taking place throughout the region. And he added, Israel is the cause of this elevated concern throughout the region, whether they wished for this or not. The U.S. has responded to these developments with a statement from President Trump, who claimed that his actions were necessary to prevent Iran from possessing the most dangerous weapon. But for President Pezeshkian, this declaration only highlights the depth of mistrust between Washington and Tehran. If Trump is telling the truth and the only objective is to prevent us from achieving nuclear weapon capabilities, then we are on the same channel, he said. And it's easy to resolve and give assurances. But if the U.S. wants to keep bullying Iran, Pezeshkian warned, we will not kneel. It's clear that tensions between Iran and the U.S. will continue to escalate in the coming months. And for Drivo, we'll be keeping a close eye on these developments. Stay tuned for more analysis and insights from around the world of politics and international relations.